Alright guys, welcome back to another Vrchat tutorial video. Today's tutorial video, I am not only going to show you how to put markers on your model, but I am going to show you how to put them on a toggleable inventory system. Okay, so this might be a little bit longer than normal, just due to the nature of what we're doing, but what I'm going to do, you can grab them from both my Discord, which I'll put that in the description, and I will try and do I think it's mega upload or something, link for it, but just in case it expires, the link for my Discord will be in the description as well. Join it. There'll be a model section down there where you can get the assets from there. Alright, so you'll get two assets. There will be inventory system and marker master. Okay. All you need to do is import those to start with. We'll go inventory system. Okay, mine already tells me it's already imported, which is fine. Okay, normally you would just go through, click OK. I've packed them already so that you should only get the necessary items in those packages. Same with the marker system. Once you have them both imported, what you need to do is come up to XIEXE's up here, go tools and inventory remapper. You'll get this new window pop out here like this. Okay, that is fine. I'm just gonna stick that back up over there, and you'll also have, if you scroll through your project, marker master. This is the other one that we want as well. This is our pen. So first thing we need to do is you need to drag your model into the scene. So we'll presume that I don't have Spag here already in the scene, and I'll just drag him in. Okay. Now, one big thing you need to make sure, especially with Avatars 2.0, anything below that is fine. If they're still using the 1.0 system, I'm not sure. What you need to make sure is that your model is unpacked. Your inventory system will not work if it's a prefab. So to fix that issue, or to check that issue, if you come across here to the left, you'll see that there's this little blue square here. This means that your model is a packed prefab. All you need to do is right click it and go unpack, or unpack completely is probably a better way to go, unpack completely. Okay, that means that everything on the model now is unpacked. It is an editable object, and all your toggleable stuff will all work correctly. Right. Pen, we need to put a pen on him. So all I'm going to do is come down to the marker master folder. Okay, come in here to the prefab, and we have our little marker here. So we're going to drag that into the scene by dragging it into the hierarchy here. Okay, it's down the floor at the moment. So I have I believe a transparent shader on the pen itself. Here it is here. Let me just change that to something with color so you guys can see that. Let's go blue. And I'll just grab a random, oh, there we go, sky blue. Cool. Alright, there's our little pen down there on the floor. Okay, so we've got to drag that up. Once again, unpack, guys. Make sure things are unpacked. Unpack completely. Okay, so we drag our pen to roughly where we want it. I want to write with my right hand. Okay, so the tip of the pen should be where your finger is, because that will be where it comes out at. So I'm going to roughly place it about there. I think that's about the tip of the finger. Let's get a different angle on it. It's a bit hard to tell from that angle. Yeah. Needs to, by the looks of it, come out a bit more. Yeah. Because I want to write with my index. Alright, cool. There is actually another way that you can zero that out so that it's the correct spot, but and I want it about the same height. That's my index. Alright, cool. So I'm just going to make that transparent again, the actual pen itself, because I don't want the pen to be visible. All I've done to it is made it transparent what do you call it? Transparent thing in Unity. In Photoshop, sorry, like transparent texture. So that way when it's actually applied, it looks like it's white, but that's just what Unity does to it by default. But all that was I simply opened up a thing in Photoshop. I might actually even paste the transparency into the Discord, and I'll put it in the Mega Upload link as well. So if you guys want that transparent texture, you can do it. Do be wary. It is very hard to reapply texture over the top of it without clicking the orb or the object, because obviously there's nothing there to select. Okay, so digress. What we need to do now, we've got our marker in position. We need to come through. You can click on trail source here. You can change the color all through here and that sort of stuff as well. So you can change the color mode from a solid color to whatever color you want. Normally we would click do everything here, okay, but we're not going to do that at the moment. We're actually going to leave the marker where it is for the moment. What we need to do though is actually put it on the correct finger, because at the moment it's just sitting there floating, but we want it on our finger. So we're going to navigate to our right arm, and we want the tip of our index finger. So I'm just skipping through index finger here. So we've expanded the hips, the spine, the right shoulder, right arm, right elbow, right wrist, index finger 1, 2, and 3. That's the end of the finger there. And we're just going to drag our marker and put it underneath the index finger there. Okay. Now, we want to create an inventory system for it. So to do that, go to our inventory remapper, which I've just put mine up there. Remember, if you don't know where that is, you can go to the XIEX tools and go inventory mapper to pop that out. Okay. What we do is we drag our model across into the avatar section. Okay, and we set how many we want, sort of thing. So at the moment we only need one item to toggle off. If you wanted to put more than one thing in there to toggle on and off, like hats, clothes, props, anything like that, you would change that by how many you wanted. If it's something you wanted it on by default, like a shirt or something like that, or a jumper, you would tick enable by default. Okay, so at the moment we only want one, and it doesn't matter if you decide, like you generate this now and you come back later and you say, oh, I want to put 3 more things on. That doesn't matter. You don't have to go, oh, maybe I want to put 4 on there because I want to put 4 things or whatever. Like, that's fine. You can generate them later, no problem. Alright, so in this particular time, we're just doing that, and we want the marker to be on an inventory system. Okay. Alright, easy. So now we click generate inventory, and you watch over here, you'll see the marker will actually change its naming and grab a few new things. So generate. Okay, so our marker is now turned to inv marker. If we expand it out, there's an enable, a disable, and object, and marker. Okay, so one other thing I forgot to mention too, make sure that whatever object you're trying to put on a toggle system, make sure it's enabled by default, even if you don't want it to be enabled afterwards. The system will disable it for you by default unless you can clicked that enable by default thing. So if, for example, you wanted like a big machine gun or something to appear in the hand, or something like a minigun or something like that, but you wouldn't normally want it there by default, you still, before you actually click generate inventory, make sure it's actually visible in the hands first. It's a thing. Otherwise, when you toggle the system on, it'll toggle an object that's not actually not actually turned on itself, and won't work, and you'll go, oh god, what's going wrong? So that's it. Now that we've generated that, and we've got our enable, disable, object, marker, all that sort of gear, if you navigate through your project and look for inventory system here, we open this up, you go to animations, okay, you look for your particular model. In my case it's streaming model, Spag streaming model, there it is. We now have these folders here. So we've got a disable for the marker, and we've got an enable for the marker. Okay. So what we do from here, okay, I'm just thinking for myself for a second. So we can actually, because I don't want it to permanently be drawing all the time. That's fine. So we've got our enable and disable animations. Now we're going to go to the marker itself. Click back over here on the inspector. Okay. Don't worry about what we've done down here at the moment. We'll grab those in a minute. I want to go to the very last part, which is called trail source. And there's this do everything animation, okay? If this works correctly, which I'm hoping it does for us, what will happen is it'll automatically generate the animation to toggle the drawing on and off. So it's not just permanently drawing all the time for you, outside of the enable disable animation. So do everything. Now it's going to ask you for a location to save the animations to. So you want to navigate through your assets. I want to go to my avatars, and it's not that folder. What is it? Oh no, there it is. Avatars. I want my spag ones. Spags. And then I want my streaming model one, streaming main. Okay, so I've selected the folder. Go select folder. Okay, it should generate the animations. I think it actually just put the animations in by default. So let me go into here. Here we go. So we've got a drawing and erase button. Let me just double check the file path of this. So I'm just making sure this is correct. So all I'm doing to check that this is actually correct for enabling and disabling the drawing is I'm clicking on the animation itself, going to my animation tab, clicking on the first line, and I'm pressing F2. So by pressing F2, it shows me where it's actually going, and it is going to the correct spot. So you can actually see there, index finger 1, 2, 3, and then it's going through the inventory system till it gets to the marker to enable it. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. So that saved us a lot of time. But what we want though is we want our normal finger point to still work with our drawing. So what we've got to do for that is, if I find my actual controller for my animations, easiest way for me to find that is to click here. Okay, so this is my controller. I'm actually going to move this into my main folder. I want my drawing to be on, let me think. So I want fist close to be erase. Okay, so I'm going to put that on fist. So I'm going to drag fist into my streaming thing. So the other thing as well is make sure you guys have animations that you want your drawing and all that sort of stuff to be enabled on. And I want my erase not to be open hand. Oh, sorry, I already said erase, so I want the drawing enabled to be on peace and victory. Okay, so I'll drag them into there. I would normally have an actual animations folder, but for some reason I don't at the moment. So alright, erase all. So I want the, just curious to see if it did overwrite what I already had. No, it didn't. Alright, so I want the erase to be under fist. So all I'm going to do for that, very simple, click on erase, go to the animations tab, and I want to select both of these. To select both, you click your first dot, hold control, select the second dot. I'm going to go control C to copy it. we're going to go to the fist animation. Click on fist, go back to animation, and paste. Okay, and what that did is it just pasted that animation to erase under there. Awesome. Alright. Now, for the next bit, so we want to draw. So we want to put draw on piece. Victory piece. Alright. So to do that, we're going to go to drawing. Same thing again. Go to animation. Click our first set of diamonds with holding control. Clicking both. Go Control C to copy. Okay. We're going to go back to victory and peace. Click on the animation. Go Control plus V. And that should paste it in there. Cool. Trail source. And now all we would do is click on our controller. You could update these, so you can go fist into fist to make sure you've got the correct one. You go victory and peace into victory and peace in this particular case. And we're all done. And that should be on there now. So now the only other thing is we've got this inventory system on. So we need to set that up. To do that, all we need to do is go back down to our inventory system. Okay. Our inventory system folder. We navigate through to our animations. We go to our particular models folder, which in my case is streaming model. Sorry. We grab our disable animation and we want to drag that into our folder with our model. So drag that into there. And then we want the enable animation. And we'll drag that into our folder as well with our avatar that we're working on. Where is he? Spag streaming model. Okay. We're done with that now. Just shrinking some stuff back. It's nice to keep your area tidy if you can do it. Alright. So, we've got marker, enable, disable here. I'm actually just going to change them to marker D, marker E. Okay, so to change them, just click on them and press F2. F2. Alright, on our animation controller, our default animation controller, just drag the marker into one of the emote slots up here. So marker disable, I'm going to put on emote 2. Marker enable, I'm going to put on emote 1. Alright, and we're all good. You can create a folder in here, just call it animations to keep it tidy. Alright, and then we've just got to make sure we drag our animation controller onto our model. Mine should already be updated. If you've already done that previously, you shouldn't have to do that again. And we just simply upload the model. But yes, and you're good to go from there. So I will include all of these assets in my Discord once again. Like I said, the transparency and stuff like that, I'll also put in there and try and create the mega upload link for you guys as well. So, alright. Thanks very much, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.